Okay, so in the last video, we saw how the basic structure is D, C, G over B, G, right? And then you've just got a few embellishments on this, and he usually does it on the D. He always does it on the D. So the first thing you got is, like I was mentioning in the other video, you got that hammer on and pull off. So I've got 5th fret, open, then I'm going to do, actually you can just do it as a, pluck the 5th fret, pull off and hammer on. So open A string, 5th fret A string, pluck that and then pull off and hammer back on to get that da-da-dum, dibba-da. Yeah, because it's very fast, so you don't want to be trying to pluck each note. You want to do pull off and hammer on, okay? And then what else has he got? The next variation or the next embellishment. He's got 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the D string, back to 5th fret of the A string, and then again I would pull off to the open A string because this happens very quickly. Do ba da da, do ba da da. Now those first notes on the A string and the D string, 5th and 7th fret, and then back to 5th fret of the A string, they happen quickly, but you can do that with your fingers. Just notice how when I go from the D string to the A string, I use the same finger, yeah? I just pull, I rake back over the strings. Of course, you can't rake up the strings, yeah, in terms of pitch. You can't go that way, raking, but you can come back this way, raking, and it makes it quicker and easier. So lots of people do that rather than this. Yeah, using separate fingers for the separate strings. I mean, you can do that if it works better for you, but this raking is generally faster, so. And also, you want to try, for this piece and for a lot of bass stuff, to not have both those notes ringing out. Yeah, maybe you can get away with it, but often it's a bit too much, a bit too muddy, because the bass frequencies are so powerful. So, actually, I mean, that sounds all right. You can have them both ringing out, 7th fret, 5th fret, but very typically, you'll hear that note played, or a note played, and then the next note played, and then that note's been stopped when he gets back to that one, yeah? And then, like I said, I'm doing that pull off to the open A from 5th fret A. Okay? And then, so we've got one more embellishment. Now with your 4th finger or 3rd finger, you're going to keep your 1st finger, keep it on the 5th fret of the A string, and then you'll see it in the tab, in the moving tab. It says hammer on and pull off. So again, whichever finger you do it with, it's that hammering on, which is just that movement of, hammer your finger onto the string. And then the pull off, you can see whichever finger I do it with, the movement is a downward, a pulling downward, yeah? So that you can give the string a little flick. Okay, let's see how big that video file is. Hey.